Hi Lily, I hear you have some questions for me, so I'm going to answer them. I know your famous bunny tag is a bunny. Well, I know your famous tag is a bunny. Can you please explain why you chose it? It kind of chose me. I was walking through a field and I saw a rabbit and I shot it. And then it came back to haunt me in my sketchbook later on. And I was a bit shocked and I became vegetarian and realised it's wrong to eat animals. Oh, we know right now, huh? Especially bats. Where does your inspiration for art come from and why did you decide on graffiti and street art? When I was living in San Francisco, there was a girl who used to paint white horses everywhere. She was called Reminisce, and I was amazed, and it felt like it was poetry in the streets. And I decided that doing characters in the streets was going to be the thing for me as well. So yeah, I was inspired by a horse. What is your favourite piece of art that you have created and why? I think my most favourite piece of art is JFK's Nightmare, which is the image of Jackie Kennedy. She looks really spooky, and it's a homage to Andy Warhol. Look him up; he's really cool. Of course, you know who he is anyway. And it has a spooky feeling to it. It's really easy to understand. It's really easy to see from a distance, and that's the whole point of my artwork, is that it works really well on a small scale, because now these days it's the culture of the thumbnail, where we're seeing artwork on little thumbnails on our screens, and she looks great as a thumbnail. Some of the camera work is going to be a little bit shonky here because Lisa's just woken
I
up.
think you'll find it's very professional.
Okay then. Apart from Lisa, who else has been an artist in your family? Well, my father, John Arsel Edwards, was an artist in the family, and also my grandfather, who was a coal miner, would have loved to have been an artist, but he was actually not able to because he had to work in the coal mines to make money to feed his family. So I'm sure he would have loved to have had a groovy art gallery in Shoreditch, but just wasn't the time and it wasn't the place.
Can you also add about the exhibition you did up in
We did an exhibition called Bloodlines, which was myself, my father, and my grandfather's work. So we had two of his paintings, and I think his spirit was probably looking down and smiling.
Where did you have the exhibition?
It was in Tenby in Pembrokeshire. Oh, and of course Bunny was a very good artist. We used to collaborate quite a lot and did some lovely art together. Other than your family, who is your favourite artist? I think my favourite artist is Jean-Michel Basquiat, because the way that he draws and the way that he pulls in all this information is really inspiring. I also like Keith Haring. Those two were really the godfathers of street art. They were the ones who kind of were doing interesting things beyond graffiti. And there's a really good film that we watched last night about Banksy, which is on, I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's worth checking out.
Were you mentioned in the movie?
I was mentioned 4 times in the movie.
Phew.
What is your favourite food and why? Well, I think it must have been the meal that my wife cooked me last night. It was delicious. I can't quite remember what it was or what you'd call it, but yum, it was.
Darling, that was a strange concoction of beetroot.
It was a strange concoction of beetroot
and buckwheat groats.
and buckwheat. Oh, some people would
and
say.
veggie sausages.
Some people would say I'd like a cheesy lasagna, but not me. I'd like something made out of buckwheat. Please, every time.
It was delicious.
What is the best country you have visited and why? I think Brazil. Walking along the beach in Ipanema, singing the little Girl from Ipanema song in my Speedos. Excellent. I really like that. What is your favourite film and why? Well, it's probably one of your favourites as well. Apocalypse Now. I think that's a fabulous film because it makes a statement about how awful war is.
Sorry,
and
I'm placing it very close. Yes, you are
and
obsessed
the music
with war.
is amazing.
Why are you
it's
so
not
obsessed with wars?
because I think sometimes you have to fight the baddies.
Good answer.
What is the strangest noise that you can make? I can make fart sounds under my armpit.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you can do them with your bottom. What if I bother like that? You can do them for real.
I can't do them for real. What is this? What makes you laugh? My wife makes me laugh, and getting tickled. Thank you very much. It's been
Lovely.
very nice talking to you.
Wonderful. Goodbye.